Hey guys, Abby here. How are you guys doing today? Um, so today we're doing a video about the things that gross me out. A couple videos ago, I did about prostate massage, um, and one of the tips or advice that was given had to do with poo, and kind of got a little grossed out by it. So I thought this would be a fun Halloween kind of type video. Um, as you know, I get tons of questions from you guys all the time, and I don't mind sharing. But no one has ever really asked me about the things that gross me out. Um, so I thought it would be funny. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. I think you will anyway. Um, so I'm gonna do this vlog type video, talk to you about the things that really just gross me out. And I'll also talk to you a little bit about the things that aren't as common that I do like, if that makes sense, I guess. Anyway, before I give you my list, I ask that you share with me some of the things that gross you out. Leave them in the comments. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and get ready to hear about some really gross things. Or at least they're gross to me. So, So, number one on the list, since we've already made mention of it, poo. Ew. I think this should be self-explanatory. It's just gross. It's gross. It stinks. It's human or animal waste. But it's gross. And I think what kind of sparked the way that it really super grossed me out is funny story. Me being the oldest child, my brother is the middle child. When he was younger, my mom had him in his crib and she thought he was napping and he was really quiet, and she went in to check on him. And of course, me being a curious little 4-5-year-old at the time, I guess, yeah, my brother had been so quiet because she came to find him sitting awake in his crib with his diaper off and poo everywhere, all over the walls, all over the crib, all over himself, all over his face. She couldn't help but wonder if he had eaten it. And of course, the smell and everything grossed me out, and I got sick. And so my poor mom not only had the poopy mess to clean up, she had my sick mess to clean up too. So, you know, I don't know. She told me that story, and I don't necessarily know that I remember it vividly, witnessing it, but my goodness, that I feel like that's the reason why it grosses me out so much. Yeah, getting through the kids' poopy diapers was kind of difficult for me, I'm not gonna lie. Another thing that grosses me out is teeth. I don't know why, but anything to do with teeth grosses me out. Like, one of my kids had that little flap that's like right here underneath your lip. They had to have that snipped, and they did a couple stitches in there um, because it was shifting their teeth weird. Um, and of course, you know, you see the stitches in there, and that just grossed me out. There were a couple times where I started gagging, and yeah. And I can remember my kids when they were little and their teeth falling out and getting loose, and them coming to me, and you know how sometimes when their teeth get loose, and they're so loose that they're just like hanging on by a thread. A little piece of tissue is the last thing between it being out and still hanging on, and asking me to help them get that tooth out. Oh, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. My oldest child, I would send to their dad. You need to go talk to your dad, because I just can't do that. Just thinking of it grosses me out. My younger child, yep, go talk to your older sibling. Have them do it, because I cannot. I cannot. Go talk to your dad. I just can't. I would be sick. I would throw up. Not gonna lie. Another thing that grosses me out, and I don't know if this is just because of being in the healthcare profession or what, is feet. Feet gross me out. Unless they are cute little baby feet and baby toes, totally adorable. Otherwise, once they get past that point, gross. They're smelly, stinky, dirty, and sometimes have fungus. And being in the healthcare field and having people talk about their toe their toe fungus. I'm like grossing myself out here as I'm telling you all this. Another thing that grosses me out, vomit. Need I say more? I'm not even going to get into that. And oddly enough, being a smoker, another thing that I swore I could never be a respiratory therapist, because respiratory mucus phlegmy sounds, hearing that raspy mucus rattling around, I can't stand it. When I'm talking to patients that are sick and they have these sounds and you can just hear it rattling as they're talking, it is all I can do to not gag and start getting sick. I could never, ever, ever be a respiratory therapist. Could not. Because that sound just, hate it. Another thing that grosses me out that I don't like is, again, cigars and pipes. The smell of cigars and pipes. Yeah, you heard that right, guys. Cigars. Not sure exactly how I'm going to manage that video in a few weeks when we get to 5,000 subs, but a promise is a promise. I'm going to try a cigar. Another thing that grosses me out is looking at stitches and staples on somebody that's had like stitches and staples from an injury or an incision. Yeah, that, especially if like the tissue is still red and inflamed, and it's just so gross. I can't, I don't know. I like, my youngest child, when she was little, she Her and her brother were playing, and I was in the shower. Here's another funny story. I was in the shower and they were playing, and they were running through the hallway because they were chasing each other. Or I should say my oldest was chasing my youngest. And she fell and tripped and hit her head on the locked, closed bathroom door. So me in the shower, all I heard was this loud bang on the door, and was like, what are you guys doing out there? And all I hear is my son going, she's bleeding, she's bleeding. So I jumped out of the shower and I opened the door and I look, and here's my daughter standing there like leaning forward with her head hanging down and just blood gushing out of her forehead. So I quick got the bleeding to stop. However, the gash in her forehead was really deep. It wasn't big, but it was super deep. So I took her to the ER, and they put her in this little papoose thing, which is kind of like a little kid straitjacket, I guess, for lack of a better way to describe it, so that they could stitch it up. And they told me to like hold on to her, because even though she was in this papoose thing, she could still move while they were putting the stitches in. So I'm trying to hold her and keep her calm. And I'm watching them, like they put some numbing cream on her for a while, and then they went to do like the numbing injection, the lidocaine injection. And I just so happened to glance up as they're putting these needles, because yeah, needles aren't great for me either. They don't gross me out, but I don't like to look at them. So they're putting these needles in her forehead, different spots, to numb the area that they're about to put these stitches in, right? And they hit one point, and I just see the lidocaine come pouring out of the gash, the hole in the gash in her forehead, and I'm like, oh. And then of course, you know, I'm sitting here trying not to watch them put the stitches in, because that's gonna make me sick too. Yeah, that was, I don't know who that episode was more traumatic for, me or my kids. It was just like chaos in the ER room. Here's mom trying not to throw up, daughter getting stitches, screaming and crying, and freaking out. And then my older child looking at the nurse going, here listening to my daughter scream going, that can't be good. You know, although I have to give him credit to a point, because that was kind of a funny comment. It makes mama proud. Anyway, yeah, stitches or staples. Another thing that grosses me out is cockroaches. Oh, even thinking about seeing one grosses me out. And I'm not really sure why, because it's only this bug. Seeing other bugs don't gross me out at all. You know, spiders, beetles, ants, whatever, doesn't bug me. Cockroaches do. I don't know why. And maybe it's just because they're associated with dirtiness. I don't know. But yeah, they gross me out too. Another thing that grosses me out is unflushed toilets with poop in it. Again, make reference to number 1, poop. Another thing is listening to someone hock a loogie and spit it out. Ugh, yuck. I guess that goes back to that, you know, respiratory mucus, phlegmy sound thing. It just grossed me out. And another thing, lastly, one thing that I came up with is slimy seafood. It's like snot. It's gross. Like oysters. Oh, whoa, oh, slimy food. And really, if like eggs too. I guess I could have put eggs there. Um, like if you're doing eggs, my eggs have to be over easy because all the white has to be cooked. If I see any of the slimy white stuff, well, I'm done. You can just take that plate right away from me because I will not. Oh, ooh, can't do slime and in my food. Blah. Anyway, so that is the list of things that gross me out. Things that are kind of odd that I do like, that aren't as common. Some people do like it, but I like it, is like the smell of fresh gasoline when you're at the gas station and you're pumping your gas and you can smell it. It's like fresh gas, and I'm sure most of you know what I mean when I say this. I like that smell. Another smell that I like is the smell of a Sharpie. I don't know how common or uncommon that is, but the Sharpie markers, the permanent Sharpie markers, I like that smell. Weird, I know. Not that I go around sniffing, you know, Sharpies all day and all night, but I do like that smell. Another smell that I like is the sterile smell in doctors and offices and hospitals. I don't know, you know, it's very clean, sterile smell. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. I love that smell. Something else I like to smell is a fresh opened carton or pack of cigarettes. You all know this. You've seen me do it. Yeah, that's fresh tobacco smell is great. Another thing I like the smell of is leather, which is not uncommon, but I do love it. In fact, I know there's a men's cologne out there, and I forget the name of it for the life of me. I was helping a friend pick out a new cologne one time, and we found it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the one. This is the one you have to get. I just remember it being in a black skull shaped bottle. Men's cologne. It smelled fantastic. Loved it. Love the smell of leather. An odd one, and this is kind of an odd one, is beer breath. I like the smell of beer breath. Another thing that I like is chewing crunchy things, like almonds or chips. It's, for some reason, it's oddly satisfying to my mouth and my jaw to like crunch and grind on that. Another thing that I enjoy that's not for everyone, and this is gonna sound totally crazy because some of the things that gross me out, I enjoy watching and or doing it myself, popping a whitehead or a blackhead. Yes, I am a huge Dr. Pimple Popper fan here. Another thing I do enjoy is peeling the dead sunburned skin off. Like if, you know, my husband gets a sunburn and, you know, his skin starts to peel, or even myself, I don't burn too often. But I do like peeling the dead skin off, and the bigger the chunk of skin, the better. It's like exciting to me. So weird. Anyway, I do like black licorice. That is not a very common, that is like an acquired taste. For all you moms and dads out there, I enjoy school supply shopping. I love it. Like, I love going to the store and buying all the fresh new supplies, and I don't know why. You don't like it, you hate it. I know a lot of parents do. Give me your money. I'll take your kid to the store and buy their school supplies with them. I love it. Um, and lastly, something that I like that a lot of people don't like is gift wrapping. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. A job that I used to work at, we used to adopt a whole family at Christmas time, and we would fundraise for the last several months out of the year. And we would go adopt this family and get, it'd be like 4, 5, 6 people. And we would obtain their Christmas wish list. We would buy them anything and everything we could off this Christmas wish list. Also get them like a grocery store gift card for, their holiday meals or groceries. And it was like a big thing, and we always needed to recruit some people to help with gift wrapping. Well, yours truly, the years that I worked there and we did this, I did the bulk of the gift wrapping, because I loved it. I'm a junkie. Like, I could just sit forever on the floor with all of my wrapping paper, all my things to wrap, all my gifts to wrap, and just put on some music and wrap for hours and hours and hours. So if you don't like gift wrapping and you need somebody to do it, I'm your girl. Yeah, you see my eyes light up. I'm like, yes, I love gift wrapping. So anyway, that is the end of my list. I'm sure there are things that I didn't jot down, that I'm forgetting. Some things that totally gross me out, and some things that I really like that may seem odd to other people. So I hope you enjoyed getting to know me a little better and all of my quirky quirks about me. If you have anything that really, really grosses you out and you want to share it with us, please leave it in the comments. I would love to know from you guys. I guess it's always nice to know that you're not the only one with some weird quirks. Anyway, hope you guys have a great Halloween, and until next time, everybody, love hugs and smoky kisses. Bye, everyone.